Social Studies, Day 7. Civics for All, Amending the Constitution. Objective, analyze amendments to understand how and why the Constitution has changed over time. Okay, so this lesson is going to go over Article 5 of the United States Constitution, how to amend or how to change the Constitution. We're going to just read Article 5, and then we'll go into what an amendment to the Constitution actually means. Article 5 of the United States Constitution. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all the intents and purposes as part of the Constitution when ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the several states, or by conventions in 3/4 thereof, as one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress. Okay, so what's the meaning of this? First of all, we have to know this first part. The Constitution is our written plan of government. It tells us the role of our government, what it can and cannot do. It is considered the supreme law of the land. It lets us know what this country is about and what kind of country we want to live in. So our Constitution, when this country began, it's our written plan of government. It was written down what the role or what the job of the government is for the people, the laws of the land, what the government can do, cannot do. It lets us know, gives us a sense of what type of country do we want to establish. The Constitution of, like the monarchy of England, a kingship, is going to be very different from a constitution of what we have, a democracy. One type of constitution is geared towards a government revolving around a king. This one is going to revolve around the power is in the people. The word article here is simply a separate section in a document. To amend means to make better. An amendment is a change to correct the Constitution. This change can be to take a piece away or to add something to it. Amendments are used to correct something that may have been written badly in the beginning. Amendments can also be used to add on to the Constitution. Things can change in the world, and we might need to update the Constitution. So, amendments allow us to change the Constitution, change the supreme law of the land, change the functions of government, either to add a function or to remove a function when it's not necessary anymore. So an amendment means to make better. An amendment is to make a new law that changes how the government functions. Because as we all know, when we get older, things change. Your outlook starts to change. Your behaviors might start to change. And it happens the same way with countries. As countries get older, maybe old things don't apply anymore. Technology, for example, changes a lot of things. We might need new ways to deal with new technology, and we might need to make new laws, new amendments, things like that. If you want to think about it, if you looked 5 years ago from your age right now, what were some things that were important to you 5 years ago? And you look at it right now, are they still important to you? Or have you changed? If the same things have not changed, then there's no need to amend anything. But if a lot of things have changed, you might change your behavior. You might not like a certain thing anymore. So an amendment here is just to have a purpose to make sure the Constitution can change with the times. And here, lastly, Article 5, with the Roman numeral V, of the Constitution lets us know what's the process to amend or change this Constitution. Now that we know that the Constitution can change, how is this done? So Article 5 of the Constitution tells us what the process to amend the Constitution. To make an amendment It will need to be suggested to Congress, our lawmakers, then a vote needs to be made. 2/3, 67% of both the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives needs to pass this amendment. They need to vote yes for it. Now, 67% is a large majority. It is very hard to get 67% to agree on one thing. So this makes an amendment very hard to get passed. And if you think about it, if this amendment, this special law that changes the entire way that our government can function, you probably don't want it to be super easy to pass. You want to make sure a lot of people, the vast majority of the country, is really for it before you get passed. So that's why it requires that big majority, 2/3, 67%.